Okay, let's talk about the two different kinds of fillings that dentistry can place today. Silver and white fillings. The silver fillings are known as amalgam, and basically they're made up of an amalgamation of several metals, silver being one of them. Historically, the silver fillings were all dentistry had to offer aside from gold. Research and development and public demand for better aesthetics have brought to the forefront composite, but silver fillings will still be around and will still be used probably for years to come. One of the major differences, a couple of the major differences with silver and white is what we have to do to the tooth prior to placing the filling. With the silver filling, we have to use macromechanical retention, so we have to use undercuts and grooves in the tooth to help hang on to the filling. The filling does not hold the tooth together, it's the other way around. The tooth holds the filling in place when we're talking about silver. Different than the white, which is bonded to the tooth. And aesthetics. Nobody wants to have a silver filling visible in their mouth if they can help it. So that's where composite comes in. Composite is a bonded material. It's made up of glass particles, some minuscule glass particles and a resin light cured matrix, light cured to a certain wavelength, blue light of a certain wavelength, right around 450 to 480 nanometers. One of the other differences with composite is what we have to do to the tooth prior to placement. With the silver filling, we drill the tooth out, place the filling, and that's the end of it. Basically, with the composite, we have to drill the cavity out, but we don't have to make the large undercuts and the grooves in the tooth that we would for the macromechanical retention that's required with silver. With the composite, we place a bonding agent on prior to placing the composite. That bonding agent wicks itself into the tooth, and the resin glass composite is bonded to that. That's where we get the bond strength for composite. It should be noted at this point that whichever way we fill your tooth, be it with white or silver, the structural durability of that tooth has to be judged, and when you start running out of your own tooth, it's better to consider putting a crown on that situation than just relying on the filling alone. The fillings, like I say, do not hold the tooth together. It's the other way around. And in the instance of a crown encases the entire tooth and really maximizes the structural durability of that tooth. I've got a couple examples in the background here of composite placed, where certainly if we could have avoided placing amalgam, and in my career I've placed amalgam in these situations. Now with composite and the bonding products we've got, it's a much better choice. So you can see that fair bit of decay, and then the tooth is filled up with the bonded composite. So that would be a far darker and more unaesthetic tooth if we had to fill that with amalgam. So I hope you find this useful and interesting when you visit your dentist and are faced with the choice of either a silver or a white filling.